Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the C Kappa Invitationals. I'm Zayori from moonducktv. We've got one more best of one for y'all coming up today. We've got TNC versus Arcanis. This is lower bracket best of one. Loser goes home. Winner is one step closer to facing Fnatic in that lower bracket finals. We've seen that big series against Fnatic and Sig Trust earlier today. Sig Trust now secured in that grand final slot. They just won the upper bracket today. So they're already sitting in that best of five, just waiting for one of these lower bracket challengers to climb their way up. So let's go ahead and take a look, see what these teams are cooking up for us here in this draft. Da-da-da. Bat Rider Bounty Hunter, first two bans here coming out of TNC, and the Nature's Prophet OD, banned out here by Arcanis. Looking at the Arcanis lineup here, pretty straightforward. I think that's everybody. Nope, no stand-ins here. And they'll first pick the Earth Spirit right away. Now, in the series prior, the Sig Trust Fnatic matchup, we saw Sig Trust play Earth Spirit both games. First pick, in fact, both games. And they wiped the floor with it. Jabs played real well. A lot of early rotations. Ended up having well-timed Veil in both games, and then moving straight on into the Aghanim Scepter. And my God, it's like we're watching teams from the same region with the same strategies, because they're doing the same goddamn thing. Vengeful Spirit, first pick for TNC. We saw the big boy, Winter G, the small sun, man. He made some sick plays on the Vengeful Spirit in that last game. In fact, I think we even saw a highlight of it. He broke that super sick smoke as they wrapped around the side. He had a couple really good smoke breaks that were just so clutch. Also had some really good swaps, good positioning, all that kind of stuff. I was going to try to be cool and pull up the replay of one of the sick plays that he made, but trying to do that on the fly while I'm doing the draft is way harder than I thought it would be. And I also have absolutely no idea which video it is where he breaks the smoke. So, not surprised to see him pick it up, though. Sven, the second choice here for TNC. Stun to go with some more stun. I think we actually saw them play this earlier as well. Yeah, that was the first game where that Sven was just farmed away. Sven Venge, a lot of kill power in the lane. The double stun, movement speed with his little war cry. I do like the Darkseer for Arcanis, though. That'll be their off laner, no doubt about it. Ion Shell, pretty good against Sven. The fact that he can cleave, he's one of these carries that actually does deal with it probably better than most. He's not as good as like a Juggernaut or a Bloodseeker per se, but I would say he's still like upper percentile. He's still a few standard deviations from the norm, all right? Let's not kid ourselves here. Sven's pretty damn good at killing creeps. So the Ion Shell doesn't hurt him too bad, though it is kind of annoying. We'll have to chew through a little more regen than usual. Next round of bans underway, though. TNC take out the Invoker, and Arcanis ban out Oracle as well as the Enchantress. All these Arcanis bans really making a lot of sense here. All individually very good and semi-difficult heroes to deal with. We saw the power of the Oracle early today, especially in context of the Bat Rider counter. Pretty impressive stuff there. The ultimate just completely cleanses off the lasso, and Purifying Flames is that golden tool to heal you back up from whatever you've lost. And Enchantress, of course, well, we know what she's all about. What do TNC ban out here? It's the Medusa. Okay, the Lakel's hero that we saw from earlier, and now Doom, probably their greedy four for TNC. Though today we've seen a lot more of the off-lane Doom, the position 3. Not quite as greedy, but can get a little bit more out of the lane and tends to get slightly better experience. The main difference is if he's on the 4, you expect him to roam around and farm the jungle. If he's sitting on the 3, well, he's pretty much going to be sitting in the lane, soaking up experience, getting farm wherever possible. He's a really damn good offlaner. Hard to kill because of the movement speed and regen of Scorched Earth. Can still farm pretty well with the Devour and rotate into the jungle as needed. As long as he gets a little bit of armor, he's in pretty good shape. Even just grabbing a Frost Ogre early on, not a bad way to handle laning Doom and make him super tanky. Either way, a lot of control for TNC already. Stun, AoE, stun, and Doom, the ultimate shutdown tool. I like what they're working with so far. Though they need to be careful about how heavy they go into the melee. Might be about time they start looking at some ranged heroes to round out the rest of this roster, because Darkseer's pretty good against those heavy melee cores. But we'll see. Arcanis, what do they want to match up against the Sven? Do they want to go push? Do they want to go late game? You know, I always think of somebody like Viper. Stinky, stinky Viper. Very good against Sven. Cuts right through that BKB. Anything that can kite Sven around. We've seen that be the bane of his existence. Just general slows and snares are good. I'll take Gyro. Okay. Call down. Decent slow to deal with the Sven, but nice magic damage early on. Mitigate some of that extra armor that he's going to bring to the field with his Warcry. And interesting. TNC take Juggernaut. I was thinking Arcanis might be taking Juggernaut here so that they could do some Death Ball and utilize that healing of the Death Ward. But TNC go for a third melee. And now I'm wondering how they're going to set up these lanes. Is this going to be maybe a safe lane Juggernaut to deal with the Darkseer? And then a dual lane mid, Sven Venge in the mid lane, and then off lane Doom. And they'll just last pick another support to go with the Jug, like a Witch Doctor, for example, could be really good here.
5 seconds remaining.
Doom could definitely handle himself in the off lane. Of course, Arcanys will have some kill power with the Gyrocopter. But an interesting switcheroo here from TNC. With Venge Sven mid, I don't see any reason why that couldn't work. And it also makes you wonder, what's Arcanys going to pick to try to deal with that? Well, Arcanys will take the Witch Doctor for themselves. Maybe a bit of a deny pick here. Having Jug and Witch Doctor on the same team can actually be real dirty with the double heals. But they needed a sure stun, so this will fit in pretty nicely. And again, with that heavy melee lineup of TNC, does have that little added incentive of picking up the Witch Doctor. Also, Maledict, really good against Sven. Magic damage. Mitigates all that armor. Although, conversely, Sven is pretty good against the Death Ward, gives his team extra armor, and that baby's all physical. So I think it's a good choice for Arcanys. Adds to their team fight. That's one thing Arcanys have a lot of here. Their general 5-man is really solid. A lot of AoE damage. Earth Spirit and Gyro can actually put out a lot of magic damage just by themselves. Then you have that Darkseer in the mix. A good spread of damage, both physical and magical. Final bans come out. Death Prophet as well as the Beastmaster taken out of the pool. So we'll see what TNC pick up here. They've got a lot of reserve time left to think about this. And I'm still thinking that this is going to be Sven Venge mid, Doom off lane, Jug plus whatever support they grab here in the safe lane. I think Dazzle actually could work pretty well, but I'm not so sure TNC will play. We don't really see much Dazzle love here in the SEA region. I'm not really sure why that is. I think he's definitely pickable for sure. Bane, I brought him up earlier, but nice bit of lockdown that they could use here. Set up with the Nightmare so everybody could close the gap, take people out of the fight. Fiend's Grip. Really good early game lane dominator as well. They could definitely put a lot of pressure on the Darkseer with Jug Bane. Now the other alternative here is it's a greedy jungling Doom. And he's the 4, and they're going to look for either a mid or off laner here. Maybe they'll put Jug mid, safe lane Sven with the Venge, and then they'll grab another offlaner that can hold his own. That's a weird way to do it, but it's definitely an option. We've seen Juggernaut mid more than once. It's a bit scary, though, if TNC commit to that, because you don't really know what Arcanys is going to put in that mid lane. And off the top of my head, I'm not sure what completely shuts down Jug, but there's got to be something out there. Well, looks like it will be most likely Sven. Well, maybe Sven Lich mid, honestly. Not as much kill power, but still quite good. And you can deny some farm coming in. Either way, it will be the offlane Doom most likely. And Alchemist, the final pick for Arcanys. So, okay. They match the greed with greed. They cover their bases, and there was not much hesitation there whatsoever. So looking like that Alchemist mid lane, Gyro safe, off lane Darkseer. Probably Witch Doctor work in the jungle, babysitting Gyro. Then we're going to see that Earth Spirit do what Earth Spirits do best, and that's just roam around early on. Tiger Lily. Oh, look at you. You got that infused little Darkseer. Oh, he's so cute. He's such a cute little conehead. Smoke already from Arcanys. All right, they're off to the races here. TNC, you crazy little devils. This is a best of one, folks. Elimination, it's all on the line here. These teams are playing for it all. All the marbles, as they say. I think I like this Arcanis draft a little bit better. If I had to bet based on lineups, I think they've just got the superior team fight. More AoE damage. Their heroes will scale into the late game very well. They've got a couple of stuns. Huge AoE magic damage. Now huge AoE physical damage. The acid spray to synergize with it. You look at the Dire lineup, I think they have 5 very good heroes. I think the laning stage will go pretty well for the Dire squad. But I think once we get 25, 30, 35 minutes in, that's when we're going to see Arcanys really start to erupt. And Lich, a good support that can help you get ahead, but he's kind of like a min-max support. And if you make some missteps, if you feed away some kills, that little edge that he gives you can be lost. And he's a hero that can feel pretty useless if he's not ahead.
Battle begins.
So we'll see. TNC have a lot of really good late game as well. Jug, Sven, and Doom can definitely do a lot, but I worry a little bit that they're all melee. 3 melee cores can be a little bit rough when Arcanis have the gyrocopter. And Darkseer should just be good against the melee in general as they're clumped up. Makes for easier vacuums into walls, all that sort of stuff. Perhaps a slight ease of execution advantage in favor of Arcanis, even though that they have more coordination they need to pull out in these team fights. But we'll see. It's Lich Jug here in the mid lane up against the Alchemist, which means it will be Sven farming away in the safe lane, and Venge will be with him. So they will go with that double stun kill power lane. Saw it earlier, and it is pretty damn potent. Lich mid is not too surprising. Just deny farm to the Alchemist, one of the better ways to do it. And with the Lich here, Jug should be able to farm, no problem. See what Boombox can do on the Earth Spirit. Went for that first Oov. I think fairly standard, but essential for finding these early ganks. That little bit of movement speed advantage is usually a make it or break it type deal. And once the Darkseer gets a couple levels in him, they'll have Surge, they'll have Ion Shells, and they'll be able to put quite a bit of pressure on, like already. A Winter there getting smacked in the face. How's the offlane going for TNC? We've got Samuel Harris, Sam H. Gets his level 2. Yeah, he'll just do Doom things. He should be able to leech pretty well. Oh god, up top. Just caught the tail end of it there. Cheese and crackers. That's the double stun. Usually the Sven Venge takes another level or so to really come online, but level 2, they just hit the hammer. The Earth Spirit melts. My god. All right, well, good start for them. It's the Sven that gets the first blood, so a bit of extra gold going the way of Raven. This may be a somewhat quiet early game as well. Pretty much all of the heroes in this game need farm more than anything else. I think Sam H is dead down here, though. Maledict's already connected. One more auto attack, and the next tick should kill him. Maybe you get to the neutrals? Nope, not quite. Nice pickup there for the Radiant. 1-1 now. Witch Doctor will get credit for that one. And one of the benefits to the Witch Doctor, very versatile support. Can be more defensive with the Voodoo Restoration if you need the sustain, but if you're having trouble killing those tanky cores, Maledict's pretty damn good. Now in the mid lane, Alchemist definitely going down here, 3-on-1. No support to be found, and eesh. Nice rotation for these supports, though. Winter G, the small sun, comes in. And Jug, of all heroes, gets the kill. Well, pretty nice for him. Now, it will definitely take this Arcanys lineup some time to come online. Like I said, I think their real power is going to shine once we get out of this laning phase and get closer to the mid-game. Alk having a very slow start here. He's actually been bested quite hard by the Jug. The Lich just hanging out in the lane was enough to get Teehee ahead that now he can just kind of poke him. Level 4 on the Jug, and Alchemist is just now hitting level 3. They're going to rotate in again, and this is Alchemist's weakest part of the game. He's definitely going down again. Once he hits 6, he gets very hard to kill because of the Chemical Rage. Kind of like Storm Spirit in that sense. If you can shut the hero down before he hits level 6, it makes it a lot more difficult to recover. That's the window when you need to strike, and boy, are they doing it. So far, unrelenting rotations here from TNC. Beautiful stuff. Alki is so far behind. He's gone for this greedier build, which you have to. It's the reason you pick the hero. But it does come at a cost. Minimal stacks here for him to work with as well. He's got a double stack here at this Mud Golem camp. Ew, sticky Mud Golems. But that's it, man. Not even much for him to retreat to. The supports are focused on their other lanes. Witch Doctor trying to get his farm going on. He dings level 4. That's pretty good. Up top, see a little dive here. Sven actually going to die this time, and Winter G will survive. So yeah, now it's going the other way. The Dark Seer as well as the Earth Spirit finally able to put some pressure on. Uh-oh, Winter probably going to die again. There we go. Double kill now for the Tiger Lily. Very nice. Knowing their limits. Looks like another rotation is going to come Alex's way, though. Oh, bad timing for the Dire. He's going to rotate up and grab the rune, hoping for the bounty. But I think they'll just linger nearby. Lich going 1-1-4, just giving that extra armor to the Doom. It actually makes a big difference from 1 to 4. I think they can just charge this Alk at this point. If he steps to the low ground, they're going right for it. And oh, the Illusion scouts it out. Very nicely done. Of all the runes to pick up there, Illusion actually pretty handy. I don't think he caught wind of the Doom, but that was pretty costly for TNC. 2 heroes just lingering nearby. This is absolute free farm for the Gyrocopter, but uh-oh, they're going to bump right into Mackenzie. Infernal Blade to start things off, and this poor Witch Doctor, he's going to burn, burn, burn. Eats his Fairy Fire. If only he had Voodoo Restoration. All right, well, TNC get another one here. This one goes the way of the Doom. Now up top, Earth Spirit rotating in again. They may bump into Winter, and there it is. Boombox. Hits him with the Oov, gives him the slow. Stunned up, cancels the boulder, but now he's surged. No Ion Shell, and I don't think he's going to have the damage. Still, gets a stun out of both of them. Chews through a little bit of that mana, and that's a minor victory, I'd say. Although he is limited on regen. Tiger Lily. No, he's got the Soul Ring. He's feeling pretty good. Dark Seer, 17 last hits compared to the 8 of the Doom. Though Doom has picked up a kill. Fairly comparable overall. Pretty even laning stage. Alk's starting to recover a little bit, though I say that very, very hesitantly. He's going to try to stack it up here. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, nicely done. No, he is still in Strug City, though. He's trying to keep his Greevel Greed up, just using these golems. Look at this. Lich just rotating in, knows what he's up to. I mean, they are just unrelenting. That is the absolute perfect word for it. He'll pop his healing salve, goes back in, and now Lich blocks the camp. As if things couldn't get worse for him here. He's not strong enough to even kill the hard camp if he stacks it up. He could barely even kill 2 of the creeps in this camp. That's how far behind he is now. I mean, yeah, Gyro's free farming, but both Jug and the Sven are essentially free farming at this point. The Jug's also picked up 2 kills. Sven, okay, I lied. Not quite free farming, but still. Right now, doubling the Alk in terms of raw CS. So let's hopefully for Gyro, he can do this. You know, for the sake of Arcanis fans around the world. There's a lot riding on the back of this Gyro because his teammates are getting shut down pretty damn hard. Darkseer is actually getting some farm, but it's still tough. And well, speak of the devil, it's going to be a 3-on-1. He channels the call down. Actually does some decent damage here, but it's just not going to be enough. Can't handle the 3-hero pressure, and Doom will get credit for another kill. Uh-oh! In comes Boombox. He actually finds the turnaround kill here. Back to the mid, though. T-Heat going in on the Alchemist, and it's another one. Solo kill for the Jug, and it's just that easy. He didn't even use Omni Slash. Had an Arcane rune on. Already has Blade Fury back up. Brutal. I think still pretty good for TNC, though. Trading the Doom for Gyro overall is pretty good for them. AU in a world of trouble, though. Boombox going in. Cask bounces right back to him. It's another kill for Arcanis. 5-6 here as they get another one up on the scoreboard. These supports starting to do some work. Boombox is level 6, getting some good momentum, but I mean, just look at this Alk. There's an Omni Slash ready. Jug's going to use it if he gets an opening. Can't quite get in range. Alk's going to pull these creeps way into the tier 2. Even just last hitting against the tower, though, may prove to be kind of a struggle.
Dire's top tower is
19 last hits, 3 deaths. Jesus, Jug has 28 denies. Yeah, you guys aren't kidding. He has more denies than the Alk has last hits. Jug will finish off this tier 1 tower mid. And the supports will be forced to retreat. Out they go. Alright, that's one down. Jug and Sven still #1 on CS. And look at that net worth chart. My God. Jug literally doubling the Alchemist right now. He's picked up a Soul Ring. He's pulled some creeps into this camp here, and, well, he's going to try to kill these Centaurs. Oh, my God. This is just painful to watch for the Alchemist. I feel bad for him, honestly. It's just like, what do you do? TNC know the weak point. I think Arcanis were just too greedy with this. Oh, God, Sven's going to die. That's like the third time I missed a kill in it. I don't know what's going on in the top lane, but this smoke is about to break. They might be able to find something.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Darkseer just completely sold to Sven. Well, maybe not all hope is lost for Arcanis here. This Darkseer, all of a sudden, 3-0-0, has nearly a completed mech at 9.5 minutes with Arcane Boots. They're going to push this tower now. The smoke yields nothing. All right. I need to keep my eyes on Tiger Lily here. See, the thing that's so crazy about this, though, is that the Gyro and Darkseer are doing well enough that this out can recover. We're going to see a Chain Frost, though. It's bouncing around these heroes. The call down from the Gyrocopter. Maybe they can turn it around. Mackenzau's going to be the first to die. The Chain Frost does big work. Now Pem on the run, but he's definitely going down here. It's a fast 2-0. Make it 3. Winter comes in around the side to finish off the Earth Spirit, and that's going to be a clean sweep here for TNC. 3-0, 9-6. They'll get about 1,500 net worth out of that one. Again, Jug doesn't even use the Omni Slash. They just kind of chase and cut him down. The Chain Frost, huge right there. Beautifully timed. Good rotation from the Lich. Well, that definitely hurts. That's going to give TNC a nice burst of momentum. But I really think Arcanis can stall long enough for this Alk to recover. He's already up to 2,200 gold. And if he gets just the next 5 minutes to himself to work this jungle and finish off some of these creeps, he could still be looking at a Radiance at an okay timing. He could easily have it before 20 minutes. No doubt. And it would be kind of insane. After this start, if they start to recover, with all of this team fight, TNC could still just lose a fight 10 minutes from now in that mid-game and lose all of this footing. So don't get too cocky there, TNC fans. This game's far from over. Jug has a nice lead. But does Jug carry as hard as an Alchemist? That is the question. Sam H. hiding in the tree line here. He's got a Doom. He wants the Alk. Uh-oh, they're cutting down trees. There it is. Doom on the Alk. His ult's coming up in a few seconds here. Stun on one. Doom hits him with the Infernal Blade, but Tiger Lily gives him a shield, and he'll start to walk away. Witch Doctor dies off to the side from the Jug, but Sam H dies as well to the Ion Shell. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Jug now with the Blade Fury will spin through. He used the Omni Slash to find that kill on the Witch Doctor, so we won't have it to fight here. Lich also doesn't have his ult, so he's just lingering nearby. It just came off cooldown. Let's see what he can do. A good Chain Frost could potentially yield some kills here, but looks like they are just going to head for the hills. All right. Good stuff for Arcanis. They'll be happy to take that. Alchemist survives, and they still trade 1-for-1. Jug lingering around a bit too long, perhaps. Boombox kicks him away, and, well, Gyro is nearby. He's got Omni Slash down for 45 seconds. There is some kill potential here. He's getting really cocky. But Arcanis just aren't in position. They don't want to fight. Drums up. This Jug is speedy. He's going to chase down this brown book out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh my God. He's just a bully, man. He's just walking into his neighborhood like, hey, man, what's up? These are my creeps now. That's what's up, Alk. All right, we're in Relic territory here, boys and girls. The recovery is sort of real. Though, as we've been just tunnel visioning on the Alk and his recovery farm, Sven's been free farming for quite a while. Now in the bottom lane, dive in onto Sam H. He's got a friend nearby. It's Winter, but he walks right into him. Takes a lot of damage from the rocket barrage. Magnetize comes out. It might be enough to finish him off, and it is. It's a 2v1 all of a sudden. Now the Chain Frost is down. It takes one bounce, and that's it. Mech from Tiger Lily picks him back up. And that's not all. Uh-oh. AU, he gets left behind the rocket barrage again. It's another kill for Arcanis. It's a 2-for in the bottom lane. Great rotations. Tiger Lily in the right place at the right time with the mech to heal him up. Meanwhile, ring around the Rosie in the Radiant jungle. There's an Omni Slash from Teehee, and he wants it. Creeps on the way in, though. Good footwork from the Alk, and he will survive. Top lane again. Sven gets a solo kill on the Witch Doctor. Looks like just a ultimate stun combo. And he's going to move right into the tower. Ulti's still on. He's just going to chop her down. Glyph comes out. And we'll see. Maybe there's a deny from the Alchemist, though he's definitely feeling a bit timid here. He's got his relic, though. That is something. Oh, misses the last hit. Unfortunate for him. TP in from Pem. No rocket. That's a tower for Sven. Now Jug moves right into the Roche Pit with the Venge. This should be nice and easy. 3 points in the Wave of Terror. Quite a bit of minus armor there, and that healing ward on the high ground. This should be a free Aegis to TNC. Arcanis are not suspicious, nor do they have any vision in that quadrant of the map. This is the lone ward that they have down right now, so this will be most assuredly a free Roche. Let's take a look at the gold graph, see how things are faring here. About 5k net worth, 7,500 experience. It's the edge for TNC. Lich definitely contributing to that disparity and why they're further ahead on XP. Does add up over time. Also, they've just been split farming more. Jug and the Sven have both kind of just been farming on their own for a large portion of the game. Sven going for a standard build here, though. HOD into Sanj and Yasha has that creep. We'll start stacking up the Ancients. That'll get her up to a triple stack. Good news for him. And Radiant are also stacking their Ancients. Of course, the Alchemist will be the primary Ancient killer here. Radiant's on the horizon. A few more creep kills and he's got it. He's all of a sudden turned #1 net worth on his team. I mean, they have given him some space to farm, and I think the biggest difference is Gyro's farm has really slowed down now. They've opened up all this room for the Alk, and it's definitely come at a cost. Darkseer's slowed down also, but that's okay. He's picked up mech. He wants to start moving around and helping the team. Boombox goes in onto AU behind the tower. They might be able to find an easy kill here. Swap. Winter G, the sacrificial lamb perhaps. Death Ward gets canceled straight away as Sven goes in on the Witch Doctor. Uh-oh. Pem gets left behind. His TP gets interrupted from the Chain Frost. And down he goes. It's a 1-0 as they get Gully behind the tower. Now Boombox trying to boulder away, but he's going to get cut off. He's inbound. He's got himself an Omni Slash. The Infernal Blade's there. They don't even need it. Magic Missile sets up the kill, and it's a twofer. TNC heading straight for this Tier 2 tower. Sven with the War Cry on. He'll be happy to tank it. And just like that, TNC charge down the mid lane, pick up a couple of kills, and they're ready to keep on fighting. Blink Dagger now coming out on the Sven. He'll have more initiation power, but the Radiance has arrived for the Alchemist. He'll continue pushing out this bottom lane, rack up these last hits, and it will be a worthy sacrifice to hand over this Tier 2 in the mid. TNC, they're not done yet, though. They want to keep on going. They know Alk doesn't want to fight. They saw the glyph get used, and now they know the barracks could be exposed here. Alk's going to have to come back to help them fight. They've got a vac wall. There it is. Comes out only on 2, though. Call down. Will connect, but Aegis is on T-He. He's the only weak one, and TNC will be able to retreat. Not much harm done. Jug pings out the Ancients here. He sees it. He says, yo, let's take these. I think Arcanis will put up a fight here, though, to try and defend. And, yep, they most certainly will. All right. What's it going to be, Alk? Curious where he goes now in terms of items. Oh, Invisible Juggernaut breaks the smoke. Hello. They put down a Sentry Ward nice and quick, but he's already made it out of there. Big plays from T-He, living up to his name, being a little cheekster. Uh-oh, but he's getting a little cocky. He's still got the Aegis. What's the timing on this bad daddy? 2 minutes left. Okay. Now smoke the other way. TNC on their way. They're going to try to bait with the Jug here, knowing that he has the Aegis. Doesn't look like Arcanis are going to go for it. They may just bump into old Alki here. Warcry, they know he's inbound. Blink forward from the Sven. Stun, right clicks aplenty. And the Alchemist is 6 feet under, just like that. I'd love to hear the team speak of TNC right now. Keep on farming, bitch! I bet you got money to buy back. Oh! I hope they're talking smack like that, just E-high-fiving each other. Here we go, no glyph. Up to the high ground, Sven just pops the ultimate and starts pounding structures. Omni Slash forward just denies the Witch Doctor completely. Vacuum in, but there's no wall. Call down from the Gyrocopter. There's the wall. Comes out late, but better late than never. Still looking like a failed team fight for Arcanis. They've killed the Lich, and that's all. Gyrocopter takes the Doom on the run. He'll get cleaned up. Alchemist now respond. Buyback from the Gyro. They still don't have a glyph, and they're about to lose barracks here. Down goes the Acid Spray. But remember, Alk is still super, super squishy. He doesn't even have illusions to send in with the Radiance. TNC, all things considered, should be pretty happy with that. They'll sacrifice their Lich for the mid lane of Barracks. Aegis doesn't even go down during the fight. It'll expire here momentarily as Teehee walks away with 3.9k gold. Oh my. This graph's getting out of control here, folks. 15k net worth, 15k experience at only the 19-minute mark. It's just insane how well TNC have worked the map. Their 3 carries have been split farming very effectively. Raven knowing when to fight and when to farm, sitting 2, 2, and 5 in KDA. Jug, he's been their big kill maker, 9, 0, and 2, but he's also spent a lot of time farming with 104 CS himself. And Doom's just had a fucking good game. He's just been having fun running around, absorbing damage, and getting all those assists. Drum Vlad's Vanguard. That is one beefy Doom. They know that they've got plenty of right-click in the Jug and the Sven, so Doom's just going to go beefcake frontliner, run in, Doom something, hit him with an AoE Thunderclap, and then just laugh while the attacks are bouncing off that Vanguard. I like it. Really smart way to build a hero in this situation. You don't see Vanguard Doom very often, but I think here it's very warranted. Especially since they pulled ahead so early on. Vanguard is one of those items that feels so much more powerful when the opposition don't have a lot of extra right-click damage. I mean, look at Gyro's items. He literally has stopped farming. Like, he was basically free farming. He was #1 on net worth for a while. And then that's it. He hasn't bought an item. He's got Phase Boots, Drum, Aquila. They're giving all of the farm to the Alchemist right now. And because TNC are being so aggressive because they have wards down, like, deep in enemy territory, there's just nowhere for Gyro to farm safely without fear of getting ganked. And Alk's up to, like, 2,300 gold now. But, I mean, what's that going to get him? BOTs, an ultimate orb. I mean, any item that he's going to buy in the window before they need to defend here is not going to be a big deal. Like, it's not going to make that much of a difference. They can still just burst him down if he gets stunned and hit by anything. But here we go. This is the hold they need to make. Glyph still down for another 20 seconds. TNC know this timing well. Arcanys starting to fight as they go into the Doom. Call down. Vac. Wall. It's a good setup here. TNC taking a lot of damage, but the Chain Frost bouncing around. It's crippling Arcanys. Kel'Thuzad, motherfuckers. He's making it rain all over this Radiant side. Arcanys starting to hold their ground, but they just don't have the resources. The cast comes out. The healing ward doing so much from this Juggernaut. They are repelled for now. The barracks are still standing, and they need this next lane of creeps. All right. Big lag spike in that fight. It might have been everybody, not just me. Let's just look at that team fight recap. Damage done. Yeah, that's a Chain Frost. Whew. That was ridiculous. And the slow sets up for Sven to cleave even better. Now they go back in. That's going to be the end of the Earth Spirit. Blink and you miss it. Teehee hasn't died yet this game. 11, 0, and 3. And this could be a GG moment. Alk has a buyback here. Doesn't want to use it. Still pulling all of that gold that he's farmed from the Radiants. They're going to lose at least the melee barracks here. Range stays standing for now, but I think it's going to die before the Alk can even get back in the battle. Tier 2 still up in the top lane, so TNC will have no choice but to back out here. I'm not sure if Arcanys can do this. There was a moment of hope there where I thought, well, maybe the Alk can start to recover, but TNC have just played this so damn well. They shut down the Alk. Once he got Radiance, they let him farm in the side lanes, and they said, well, that's fine. If he's the only one farming, and we can eliminate all of these other farming spots around the map in the Radiant jungle, it's still worth it. We're still shutting down the Darkseer. We're still shutting down the Gyro. And that's exactly what they're doing. Do we even want to take a look at that replay? Oops, it's not the right one. All right, let's take a look here. So, Arcanys stay pretty far back. They're trying to slow siege this. It looks like the perfect setup. Vac wall on 3. They get the call down on most of them. But then the Doom comes out, and the Chain Frost just completely destroys the Darkseer as well as the Gyro. And in return, all they get is the Doom. The Alk ends up walking out of the base, which definitely does not bode so well. I think if they could have killed that healing ward, this might have been a different story, but it did so much towards the tail end of that. It's pretty ridiculous. If they had a pipe, maybe? I feel like you can't let the Lich do it, man. Old Kel'Thuzad came back from the grave. It's really ridiculous. I like how patiently TNC are playing this as well. Like, they're literally just playing with their food before they eat it at this point. They could just run up to this tier 2 tower and knock it down. They could basically just A-click into the base and win at this point. They are so far ahead at 24 minutes. It's absurd. They are going to try one last-ditch effort, though, here. They will smoke up his 5. About half duration remaining. They're going to bump right into the Lich. He's got a Chain Frost. Vac wall. Can they kill the Lich before he gets off the ult? They can. This is the fight they've been looking for. They'll get the Doom as well. It's a quick twofer. Maybe they'll grab Winter, too. Magnetize, doing some decent damage here. Tease Heat on the run. Swap back. Venge will actually walk away, but in comes Big Daddy Raven. He pops the ult. They destroy 3 straight away. Oh, my God. It was the fight Arcanis needed, but Big Papa Sven and Juggernaut just claim and take. They came and they took out the trash. The dumpster has arrived, and Raven just closed the lid on Arcanis. We are going to take a look at that highlight. I just was not cheese and crackers. Something about bagels and breadsticks with that one, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Let's take a look. Instant replay. So we're going to hop on in. Arcanis smoke up here. They find him in the tree line. And they go, oh, hey there, Lichy. They get a beautiful stun on 2 from the Vac wall. They destroy the Doom and the Lich before they can do anything. They don't even get their ults off. They're chasing it down. It looks incredible. Winter has a clutch swap here. For some reason, they don't kill him. I don't really understand why they just let him walk away. I guess they don't have any stuns up. And then Sven's like, oh, hey, y'all. Yeah, I still got my BKB. Jug's just bouncing around. They literally kill 3 in the blink of an eye. They chase down Boombox, and then the game's fucking over. Like, it's literally over. Look, we're going to go into the real game now. They just got mega creeps. They're in the base just chopping them down. Right click to win. They're going to back out. They're going to reset. Winter gets low. He swaps back. He's still alive. They've got a bloody Crimson Guard. They'll kill the Venge. The Death Ward on the high ground does some work. But in comes Sam H. Chain Frost now, bouncing around again. Only takes 1 bounce, but Arcanis just have absolutely no resources. They're trying to make it back to the well. They'll get a decent vac, but oh, Tiger Lily. He takes the cleave, feels the wrath of the Rogue Knight as Pem will live. Vacuum back. Maybe they'll be able to clean this up and defend off the mega creeps. Maybe, just maybe. Is this your play, Arcanis? Let them get mega creeps and then give all of the creep kills to the Alchemist with Grievel's Greed? I like it. It could be a game plan. They're going to hold on. They're going to get, well, they use 3 buybacks and get about 500 net worth out of it. Okay, they get the Lich. I mean, hey, it's something. You know, I heard Lumi one time say that there are some games where losing your barracks gives you an advantage because then you don't have to leave your base to farm. Maybe this is that game, man. Like, Alk is just going to sit here and be like, what's up, y'all? Thanks for the creep money. And just, I mean, before you know it, this guy's going to have a rapier.
Roshan has fallen to the depths.
Well, Roche is dead. Looks like the Aegis got picked up by the Venge. Because why not? I think TNC gives very few shits. Look at the Venge's build. Phase Boots, Drum, Sanch, and Yasha. It is a carry Venge at this point. Jug just went all attack speed. Mjolnir, Moonshard, Yasha. And Sven, well, he went kind of normal. He went AC, S, and Y. So they just went like, hey, let's have some fun. Let's just go max attack speed because the Alk has no armor. So we're just going to chop him down real quick. And they'll be like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then we'll get some minus armor on Lich so that we'll get rid of more of his armor and just chop, 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 cut him down. And then we're going to laugh in his face. I like it, man. The TNC is playing with style right now. This is good shit. I'm a big fan. Alk's picked up his BOTs now, so he's ready to split push. They lost all their barracks, but they are ready to... God, man, I feel so bad for the Alk. I want to rip on him, but it's just been such a terrible game. He has been pressured since literally minute 1. Uh-oh, Boombox walks right into him. He may have saved the team, though, from an unfortunate demise. Pem takes the Doom. He's going to try to make it back to the well. The Alk channels up the ult, stuns onto Sam H, but the Death Ward literally did no damage. And I did not misuse literally there. We're going to look at that replay. That final Death Ward speaks to just how ridiculously far ahead they were. Well, I mean, just let's look at this. Sorry, Boombox. He died. Just look at the Doom's HP here. It doesn't even move. He's like, what's that, witch doctor? Are you dancing? What the fuck are you doing, you idiot? God, that was such a brutal game. Like, this deep into the bracket to get eliminated 34-17. Like, oh, Juggernaut 16-0-6. That was a really one-sided match. But I have to say, I think TNC played that near flawlessly. I don't think it was Arcanis playing particularly bad. I think their draft left a little bit to be desired. But TNC looked at that draft and said, yeah, they've got some weak points. Let's exploit the hell out of this. They nonstop ganked the Alchemist, and then they just completely switched gears. They let the Alchemist farm with the Radiance, and then just chain ganked the rest of his team and didn't give them anywhere to farm. And after like another 15 minutes, their entire team was just so far ahead, it didn't even matter what Arcanys did because their items couldn't even match up. Really, really impressive execution, and I think a much warranted win here for TNC. That wraps up our coverage today, though, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for the C Kappa Invitational Season 1. We're almost done with this entire tournament. We've got the Grand Finals where Sig Trust is already waiting. Then I think we have 2 best-of-1 series to figure out which team is going to be facing up against them. So it's coming down to the bitter end, and it's been a lot of fun. This is the first of 4 seasons, though, so this whole tournament's actually still just heating up. I'm Zyori from moonducktv. If you enjoyed the cast, give me a follow on Twitter at ZyoriTV, as well as at moonducktv to stay up to date with all things happening for this tournament, as well as with the studio. But until next time, that's it. We're done. The VODs are up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/moonducktv. We'll see you next time.